exist.
Welcome to our April 8th, 2025 PDC meeting. I'd like to turn it over to Brother Greg.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Today, we have, we were scheduled for 3 items on the agenda, but if you'd remember, the Chairwoman Timmer had ultimately requested the public sidewalks presentation. As she's not able to be here today, if it's okay with everyone, I discussed with her moving that presentation until the next PDC meeting. Anyone have any issues there?
Well, I'd rather
Do it now. I'm just playing.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that. I don't know how I would have responded to that. I wasn't prepared for that. I was not prepared for that, Dr. Wilder.
My eyes got so big. I did. You know,
That's all right.
Yes. All right, let me regain my composure, and we'll move forward with a minute for planning. And Mr. Tom Martin.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Councilman Wilder, we'll talk about some happy things. Plans have been approved for a Longhorn Steakhouse. It's going to be going in the former O'Charlie's building at 42 Wards Road. So they'll be doing some facade renovations and interior renovations. So hope to see that coming online pretty soon. Also, there has been a land disturbance permit approved for Wawa at 2731 Wards Road, so that's across from the mall entrance, Glass Street. So that's getting going, and then also plans have been approved for a new K through 12 school, the new story school at 742 Leesville Road. If you remember a few months back, council approved a conditional use permit for that. Something that Councilman Deemer, I'm sure all of you will be interested in, but at the May 13th meeting, there will be a rezoning request submitted to you at a business item briefing at 665 Leesville Road. That's for 58 townhomes, I believe. And they're requesting to rezone that property from R1 to R4, and that is right across from North Street. So that should come to you at a public hearing in June. So that is a minute for planning.
Excellent.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Tom. Any questions for Mr. Martin?
Wawa, is that right next to Hibachi's?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's that same area.
They did a groundbreaking on that the other day.
That was one in Campbell, I believe.
Oh, okay.
It was funny, they mentioned your name, Ann Winters and others, but I was there and Chris was there. And they kept talking about Lynchburg so much, it was pretty funny because
We're in
Campbell people
Campbell.
were very much trying to make sure everybody understood. But it was a good day. First time I've thrown dirt in the air, so.
Very nice.
Enjoyed it.
Well, I'm beloved in Campbell. I don't know.
Yes, we hear. I was not that surprised not to see you there.
Excellent. Next item on the agenda it is a franchise we're calling the Rosedale Encroachment Plate Arch. I think our city engineer, Lee Newland, and Tom Martin are going to tag team this one, as I understand it. So I will turn it over to whichever of you is going to start.
You want me to start? I'll, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Councilman Wild, I'll give you the synopsis of what happened. So in the process of developing the Rosedale property, there were plans approved that showed this plate arch, which was going to go over a stream, which was perfectly fine. In the process of building it, they actually kind of moved the stream a little bit, which the EPA wasn't very happy about. So we've been dealing with that. The issue with this is where they have done this construction, it comes across the main entrance road into the Rosedale development. Is that Rosedale Boulevard? Rosedale Boulevard. So that has been holding up the dedication of that road back to the city, the subdivisions of the property. So the real purpose of this franchise agreement is we've tried to come up with a way that the city could take the road into the city system, allow the subdivisions to occur, we just need it for the second Wawa and all the other commercial development, correct some addressing issues, because right now there's only temporary addresses assigned to all of those apartment units out there, while limiting the liability of the city, because we do not want to take ownership of anything that the EPA might come back and say, well, you took ownership of this, now you're responsible for it. So that's really what this is about, is allowing the development to proceed without the city having liability of it in the future. So is that fair?
Yeah, only I'm gonna add is, it is under the right-of-way, what will be the right-of-way of the city street. So that's why this is important to try to get worked out beforehand.
I've got some questions, Mr. Mayor, if okay. So the agreement is with the corporation, or is it with an individual, or is it both, or?
The way I understand Matt Freeman wrote this, it is with the Property Owners Association, it is with the former owner or current owner individually, which is Thomas Bell.
Okay,
Is between both of those and the city.
I think that's what I'd heard, okay. So is it equal if the individual passes away? What happens to the agreement at that point?
Don't know that I can answer that
Okay.
without looking through it a whole lot closer.
Does anybody know what the dollar amount on this particular culvert was? Because I know it was not your normal inexpensive culvert. That place floods all the time over there.
Yeah, it was installed by the developer. I do not know the cost that it took to install it, but it was
Okay.
done by the
Just
developer.
curious right on that aspect.
It was done by the developer so that they could do the grading and continue with their project.
Does anybody in the room have any knowledge of a similar agreement ever to do a franchise to basically turn a piece of property over like this to a organization and an individual? We ever done that sort of thing?
We did a sidewalk, excuse me.
That's all, I'm asking you to.
Sidewalk over on Bedford Avenue.
Was out in the right-of-way, yes. There's the entrance to the flower development, whatever it is over there. Somebody may will help me here on that one.
So 2217
Twenty-
Bedford, it's the development that John Feast and Daryl Calfee did over there. They had a
Handicap ramp.
handicap ramp that had to come out of one of the one of the entrances there. And it needed to come out so far that it would have left no way to get by it on the sidewalk. So they had to actually extend the sidewalk via a bump out. And since the sidewalk was in the city's right of way, because I think the city's right of way basically went right up to the building frontage.
Yeah.
They were granted a franchise to be able to do that work. I think this is probably unique in that we're offering a franchise, we're granting a franchise for a piece of stormwater infrastructure that exists under the city's right-of-way. And my understanding, and Tom and Lee, you may know better, is that ultimately, once the issues with the EPA are cleared up and the city is comfortable that the culvert is installed appropriately and properly, we would be comfortable taking that into our stormwater infrastructure and maintaining it. But until that point in time, we want to make sure that we have no liability towards the EPA and other issues that may arise based on how that culvert was installed.
That would be my understanding, but obviously I defer to Ms. Newland about that.
Yeah, and the problem there is we don't know when that will be. We don't know how long that will be before that's done, so.
So really, if I may, it's really about limiting our liability for something that was done incorrectly.
But also not slowing down
But correct.
the development out there, because I know, we're looking forward to getting especially the commercial development, moving and installed out there. And I know the folks on Old Grays Mill Road are looking forward to having their Wawa made-to-order subs available relatively quickly.
How long has this held it up, approximately?
Let's say at least 2 years, isn't it?
Yeah, getting close to it,
Okay.
yes.
Mr. Wilder?
So the EPA was issued kind of a letter of approval at some point? Is that how that works?
The
Hopefully.
EPA will either fine them, make them redo it, all the things that the EPA might do, some kind of a consent decree. We don't know what the EPA might do.
But at least it'd be on them to fix it.
We just don't want them to do it to us.
Right. Okay. But thank you for looking out through the liability of the city. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Do we have to vote on it today? It's not a
So
vote.
this will go to there'll be a bid put out, an advertisement for a bid. That's the way that we have to do franchises. The bids will come in at the 13th, is that the right date? 14th, 15th? At the next work session. They'll come in at the next work session, not today, the following one. And then the council will vote on it at the business session that night.
So no, there's really, because there have been no bids submitted, there's really nothing to vote on at this point.
Understand.
Just one other quick question. Is there a time period on the franchise? Is that how that works, or is this,
39 years, I believe it is, and then it goes month to month after that.
okay.
39 years is the limit to how long
Okay.
we can grant a franchise.
All right, thank you.
So what do staff recommend?
Approval?
It's a very, very
Wholeheartedly
creative.
agree. Lee and I have a history of disagreeing on things, but we wholeheartedly agree on this one.
Consensus.
Okay.
And this solution took a long time and a lot of creative legal work to get to. And I think from the city manager's office to the city attorney's office, Public Works and Community Development, I think we all feel we've done a good job here balancing the need to protect the city's financial interests and the need for development to move forward. So I think we're all pretty proud of the work that was done to get us where we are.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Excellent. And Mr. Mayor, that is everything on the agenda, so we now have roll call.
Roll call. Mr. Wilder?
The only thing I have is that at I think the finance committee meeting, we had a presentation about some possible ideas for downtown, the association. Is that PowerPoint on, where can I find that PowerPoint? Is that on, because it wasn't in our package at that time.
I will double check. It should be posted to that
Finance-
particular agenda. If it's not,
The
I will
finance
send it
committee?
out to everyone.
Okay, great. Thank you, appreciate it. That's it.
Mr. Dean?
I don't have a whole lot. I'd just like to thank staff for being really responsive to the things I've sent through winter. Y'all have done great. We made a lot of citizens pretty happy, and I just want to thank y'all.
Thank you.
Is there any way to stop people from dumping over on Winchester Street? You know where it's at?
I know where it's at.
I know she know.
It's been a struggle. We know we put that huge fence up trying to stop people from dumping. I can send my enforcement folks back over there. About all I can do is let them dig through the trash. They will dig through the trash and try to find an address, and then we go after those people if we can find a valid address. So can send our folks back over there. The only other thing I could think of is try to find a way to mount a camera over there.
Solar cameras or something?
Something along those lines. I could talk to our staff about it and see what we could come up with.
Yeah, you know, I feel sorry for y'all. Y'all go through there and clean it up. It's looking good, and the next thing you know, they're back doing it again.
Yes.
I do feel sorry for you.
Yeah, it's been, ever since I've worked for the city, it's been a problem. So we will take a look at that and see what we can do.
Thank you. If that's all, meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.